Go ahead, Rico. Unfurl that banner.
Mike at number 10.
Yes.
New to the rankings, the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest.
Whatever, bro.
Not feeling Demon Deacons?
FAF. Fake as you know what. They do this every year.
No, I know, but
they rack
again,
up wins against nobody, lose to Clemson, and Sam Hartman, and that, honestly, his beard is that of Jesus, puts up a bunch of fake numbers with that slow mesh point, but they're not that good.
They got Louisville coming up, but they win. Okay, there's not a lot of great teams in college football this year. Okay? It was either that or UCLA.
UCLA.
But I just can't reward you off a loss. And then I look at the rest of their schedule. UCLA really hasn't played a ton of people.
I understand. I'm just telling you, I think they would beat the brakes off Wake. Whatever, it's your power rank. I'm just here to observe.
Complain. Observe, complain.
Observe.
Tomato.
Yeah.
At number 9, the University of Alabama. Alabama, look, they're starting to come back. They're on a bye this week. After that, they got LSU, which is surprisingly, you know what you're not hearing a lot of? People making fun of Brian Kelly because they're winning down in LSU. If you're Alabama, this was a game that I think you probably thought was going to be easy. You got 2 weeks to prepare for them. But, yes, I have Bama sitting there at number 9. At number 8, your team, Mike, Oklahoma State, the Pistol Petes, they just knocked off Texas.
Well, first of all, shout out to the Harvest Carnival.
Yes.
But two,
did you go get your fried Oreos?
No, Spencer Sanders has got a shoulder problem. It prohibits him from throwing it deep. But they scheme it up, man. Mike Gundy finds a way to just keep it moving forward, keep grinding. They lost Jim Knowles. They're still out there able to outpace teams. And look,
I thought Texas had that game.
Dude, Quinn Ewers was god-awful. You have to explain what that was. 16 of 42.
He started off. He was great. And it was like, okay, honestly, I'm like, this is going to be a boat race. Texas got this thing. And, okay, what's going on
All
here?
of a sudden, there was no communication with his receivers. It was weird.
Yeah, but David, he was also throwing moon balls. There was no zip.
At number 7, a team that is slowly rising up, University of Oregon, knocking off UCLA and probably the game of the week last week.
Told you. Home bow.
It was very entertaining. Yeah, home bow. The fact that when you go for it and it works, you're a genius. And Oregon kicked an onside kick after they had just scored and scored again. And that was the breaking point right there. UCLA had nothing. They played catch up for the rest of the day because I thought it was too early for the onside kick. But when it works, you're a genius. When it doesn't, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
At number 6.
God, college football's down this year. Go ahead.
At number 6, because they don't have a quarterback controversy, University of Clemson.
You know what?
Uiagalelei got benched in the game.
This is the flaw of a 4-team playoff because I don't think Clemson's one of the 4 best teams in America. And I know if you're a Michigan fan, right off the top, I would tell you, I would take both you and Ohio State over Clemson. Even an undefeated Clemson team. Because Clemson hasn't played anyone.
Well, we got to see what Klubnik does as quarterback because I think that's the guy. Now, you could say that,
DJ's our guy.
DJ's
that's
our
Dabo's
guy.
words.
Yeah, Dabo came out and DJ's our guy. Don't even start anything. It's like, Dabo, we all saw you bench him. Yeah, well, you know, if Steph Curry's having an off night, you don't bench Steph.
Yeah, sorry. Steph doesn't go to the Pine.
You're never benching Steph.
You hillbilly.
Steph could miss 20 in a row, and Steve Kerr for the final shot of the game. Steph, you got one in you tonight? Now, you know what, Steph? I'm going to bench you. Jordan, get in the game. Hit the game winner. That doesn't happen. At number 5, I don't know if this team is really good, but you know what? They're the team that nobody talks about, Mike, and they're undefeated. The Texas Christian University Horned Frogs. Give it up for the Horned Frogs.
One problem. They're the luckiest team on earth.
No,
you got to stop. Now, last week, Kansas State's up 28-10. They had already gotten sliced and diced by K-State's backup because Adrian Martinez, there's some funny business there. He went out like first play of the game. Then the backup gets hurt, and they basically played one of David's kids in order to complete the comeback. I worry about their defense. Look out this week.
West Virginia.
Noon kick all the way out in Appalachia against West Virginia at Milan Putzker Stadium. I'd be very careful if I'm TCU this week.
Really?
Very careful.
And all their fans, they'll be hungover already.
At noon?
Too much moonshine. Yeah.
May not matter.
Okay,
At number 4, what Mike thinks is going to just be an easy rollover game, the University of Michigan. Still, this is setting up for the Michigan-Ohio State game at the end of the season, but Michigan coming in at number 4. Bye week last week, so didn't move up, didn't move down.
I'd have them one spot higher, but I'm not going to yell about it. Okay. I think the national champion is going to be Ohio State or Michigan.
Well, here's the beauty of it. They get a chance to because at the 3rd spot is the University of Tennessee, who plays a ranked Kentucky this week.
This is the look-ahead spot, brother. They got Georgia next week.
Correct.
And they're taking on Kentucky this week with a weird point spread, 12.5.
Is that the Devil's number 2?
No, I think it's a really tough spot because Kentucky, despite not having one of their better offensive lines, they're going to run it at you. Chris Rodriguez is physical. And you only have so many big performances if you're Tennessee. Think about it. They went to Death Valley, bombed LSU. They played amazing against Alabama. You know they're gearing up to take on Georgia. Can they really produce, that A level again? It's going to take an effort.
And I think it being a night game affects them as well because they're already going to start looking at what's next week.
But see, that's why they just want it more in the SEC.
Okay. It just means more.
They play more meaningful games than here in the Big Ten. At number 3, let's stay in the SEC. The University of Georgia playing Florida this week. This is a chance, I think, for them to just finally start to come around. As I told you, I've often thought Kentucky is bored. I think they won the title, a little bit of a hangover.
You mean Georgia's bored?
I'm sorry, Georgia. Georgia's bored, a little bit of a title. The hangover, they won the title, and now I think they're starting to realize, okay, we got to go out there and get this thing done again. We got to get prepared because our tough games are coming up.
Okay, well then time to wake up, guys. The alarm clock's going off.
And that's why I said I think
damn near Halloween.
I think this Florida game is going to be the game that does that. And
Florida sucks.
But they got a quarterback that every Lions fan wanted after week 1.
Yeah, and then they figured out he couldn't throw a forward pass.
But have you seen him run?
Yeah. keep queuing up those Utah highlights.
Anthony Richardson, I'm telling you, that's the guy. No, it's not. No, did you see the game? I did. At number 1, the University of Ohio State, or Ohio State University, playing Penn State this week at a game that should be a night game, but it's going to be at noon. I don't think it's going to have the same effect. I think they're going to go out there. Normally, Penn State plays Ohio State close, but I don't think it's going to be that type of a game. The Buckeyes, the only problem to me is for the Buckeyes, Mike, I worry about their run game. Are they tough enough to just go out there and out-physical you? Defense has gotten a lot better. C.J. Stroud is able to find his receivers, and it's just kind of spin the wheel on whoever he wants to throw the ball to because he's got a ton of receivers.
They looked like ass against Iowa running the ball, so a little bit concerning. So did Michigan, though. So, look, I'll watch it unfold. I don't respect Penn State. If Ohio State goes there and struggles at noon, not a whiteout, I'd actually knock them down a peg. You want to be ranked number 1 in the Rico Beard Power Rankings, you got to play up. You got to play well. I think this is a spot for OSU to really show, hey, we got to match what Michigan did to Penn State, essentially.
Yeah, and your honorable mention, almost making it. I had Syracuse all there. I thought they were going to knock off Clemson. No.
They're going to lose Notre Dame this week. Book it.
Really?
Book it.
Okay. The Notre Dame's not beating many people.
Data, we don't do half-ass takes here.
Hold on. Dino just sent me a text and said, tell Mike to go F himself.
I love Dino.
Well, he said you don't love him now.
Well, it's just reality. They emptied the bag. They went down to Clemson. They got 4 turnovers, still couldn't turn the trick. They're going to come home. They're going to take on Notre Dame. Notre Dame's been better away from home. Short dog. I think Notre Dame beats them this week.
So that's your college football top 10 for the week.